Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're starting to get that pressure, are we? Because we're playing Atalanta tomorrow at 3 p.m. Italian time. It's an early kickoff tomorrow. It's an interesting kickoff tomorrow because we're playing, in my opinion, the best team in this Serie A by the way they play. Gasperini has completely changed the dynamics of this team in just a matter of years, and now brought Atalanta competing in international championships, just like the Champions League. They did get thrown out, but you know, a club like Atalanta, the fact that they are in the Champions League is absolutely amazing. But ladies and gentlemen, nevertheless, it's going to be one hell of a tough match. I already talked about that yesterday. Today, ladies and gentlemen, to prepare, towards that match, to lean towards that match, it's obviously Mourinho's press conference reaction. Now, just to give an initial overview of the press conference, it was not a fairly long one. Obviously, it's always good to not have fairly long press conferences because it only means one thing, that the manager would much rather spend time with the team and tell them the last couple of things rather than spend time in front of journalists. So that's the first overview. The second thing is that Mourinho asked many questions about Atalanta and about Gasperini and how Atalanta has become one of the best teams in the Serie A. So it's very interesting to see what he said. Without further ado, let's get cracking. The first question Mourinho got asked is, Gasperini turns around and on the bench he finds Muriel, Pessina and Cup Miners. We need a company tomorrow, and how can it be achieved? And also, did he get Smalling back? And Mourinho said, Smalling is back and I will play him tomorrow. Get in! Right, press conference started well. Smalling is back and he will play tomorrow. He's going to risk it. Even if he's not 100% fit, what we were saying yesterday is key. Mourinho's going to start Smalling no matter what, because tomorrow's match is extremely important. Not because necessarily if we win, we get closer to the Champions League. Because to be honest right now, I don't think about the Champions League. There are better teams than Roma which deserve to go in the Champions League. But arriving 5th is always better than arriving 6th. And always better than arriving in another Europa Conference League. So then he said, there's a lot of difference between us and them. I've been working with my team for 6 months. And Gasperini has been working with Atalanta for 6 years. These numbers represent many things. They are 12 market windows against 1. They have a fantastic and very stable company. 10 years later, I find Atalanta in the Champions League and they play for the Scudetto. Our company is doing a fantastic job. We have made a reactive market and there are a lot of differences. On one thing, however, I have no doubts. We must and we can win. Looking on the bench, they've got plenty of quality and experience. And we have many young players also because of the injuries. For tomorrow's game, we will go there and think about winning. I want to measure myself against them with all respect and admiration for the work they have done. So, once again, professionality from Mourinho, congratulating Atalanta for what they have become, as we said before. 10 years after Mourinho has left, Mourinho was playing in the Serie A, managing Inter Milan. 10 years later, Atalanta, a few years back, got in a Champions League quarter-final. This team has had an insane evolution. And the man to thank for this evolution is Gasperini. He is one hell of a nasty-ass manager. He's a rude manager. He's a savage manager. He's an absolute dickhead, in brackets. But he's good. Has a good mentality of football. He plays quick football, and that can put pressure on Roma. But Mourinho already contradicted the journalist, because the first question a journalist asked was comparing Gasperini and his Atalanta and Mourinho with AS Roma. And Mourinho immediately said, stop asking these questions, they are absolutely bullshit. Gasperini has been training and working with Atalanta for 6 years. So experiencing 12 different transfer markets to improve the team. I have been following my team for 6 months, experiencing just 1 transfer market. So the differences are big. Mourinho here is not saying you can't compare me to Gasperini because I'm better. He's not saying this. He's saying you shouldn't compare me to Atalanta. You shouldn't compare me to Gasperini and what he's done at Atalanta, because he's been working with Atalanta for what? Six times as long as Mourinho has worked for Roma. So, Mourinho's saying that you can't compare the two teams right now. So important is obviously that these things which Mourinho is saying, that Atalanta right now has a better team, has better squad depth, don't need to influence the way players need to play tomorrow. Because he said one thing in the press conference. Tomorrow, we will step up on the pitch, even as non-favorites, and our objective is to win the match. It'll be tough. Oh, it could be tough. In fact, if you ask me, I don't think Roma will win. I think if everything goes to plan, we will draw. But Mourinho said one thing. We're not going there to try and balance things out with Atalanta because they're the favorites. We're going there because we want the 3 points. So this is the first thing he got asked. Now the second question is something to do with Zaniolo, which obviously will be useful tomorrow. So obviously he wasn't fit before this match. And the fact that he missed last Spezia because of the red card helped him to reestablish a bit. So the second question is, how is Zaniolo doing? And Mourinho said he's fine. Sofia's problem is over, and it's a consequence of a match that seemed over, and he didn't want to risk it. The numbers seem strange, but I am happy. It can only improve, and I am confident. He is playing good games, even if the goals have not yet arrived in this area. Tomorrow he will be a starter, and I am confident that he can do well. We need to give it time, and networks will arrive. Fun fact about Zaniolo. In this Serie A, he does not score from 512 days. The last time he scored in the Serie A was 512 days ago. He scored a couple in the Europa Conference League, and this is why Mourinho will start him tomorrow, because he wants to get back scoring in the Serie A. Now, I think Mourinho has said in many press conferences to not criticize Zaniolo, and I think he's doing the same thing right now. People are criticizing Zaniolo too much. And Mourinho is saying for these people to calm down in a way, to chill. Because he wants them to enter Zaniolo's shoes after 2 broken ACLs and, feel all the pressure Zaniolo is going through. Zaniolo is going on immense pressure. Absolutely immense pressure. He is not only full of pressure because of the 2 injuries he had, which are 2 broken ACLs, which is one of the most delicate injury out there. But another thing is that a few months ago, quite a few months ago, like 5 months ago, Zaniolo was in a relationship with an Italian model, and then they broke up. So, as a footballer, then they broke up and social media bullshit started, gossip and stuff started. And Zaniolo got put on a lot of pressure just for that. So, Zaniolo, especially in these last years, has been put on immense pressure. And what Mourinho is saying is that to get him back fit, to get him back scoring, is nothing to do with him, playing and playing, because if he doesn't play, he won't get fit. It's not as if Zaniolo's not playing well. It's just that he needs to get back the rhythm, that he's been, broken with all the pressure he was put on. So the only way to solve this is time. And once again, we link it every time there's a press conference reaction. Unfortunately, it's the reality. Not just for Mourinho, but for many other players. Mourinho's asking time for Zaniolo, okay, yes, he might be greedy. He might be selfish. And I agree on this. He needs to be better. He needs to pass the ball. But inside that, Zaniolo wants to show everyone that he's back. And the determination of him trying to do much, trying to get back scoring, I can see it as a positive thing. Because it means that he's back. He wants to be back. He wants to get back scoring. So it's important. Time that needs to be given to Zaniolo. And obviously it's important for Zaniolo to not, how do we call it? Not to exaggerate too much. He needs to pass the ball. Because he doesn't need to show us that he's capable of dribbling. He needs to show us that he's capable of playing for AS Roma, which is two totally different things. So, a question on Zaniolo. The third question is, this is interesting, because it's interesting to see what Mourinho thinks about this. Because the next question is, does winning tomorrow mean getting closer to the Champions League? And does losing tomorrow mean officially abandoning the Champions League? Which is an interesting question, I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, once this question puts a lot of pressure on Mourinho, but this is what Mourinho said. I don't want to think about these things. Tomorrow's challenge is we cannot or cannot but play against a quality team and play it to win the game. So what Mourinho's saying right now is something, important in a way, which is right now, a few weeks before Christmas, a few weeks before the first round of the Serie A is over, the first leg, Mourinho can't say, I will be playing in the Champions League next season, I will be playing in the Europa Conference League next season, I'll be playing in the Europa League next season. It's something different. Because right now, you can't think about final objectives. Right now, all you need to think about is doing better and better in every single match. Because, yes, this question does make sense. If Roma lose tomorrow, then yes, it's official, confirmed, bye-bye Champions League, and the objectives become to get 5th. But in a way, and I don't want to be negative here, but we lost many chances again in the Champions League. So, yes, we have the odds to fight to try and get in the Champions League, but we've wasted many chances. We've wasted many chances with top clubs. We've wasted many chances with small clubs. So, unfortunately now, it's tough for us to get in the Champions League. But what Mourinho is showing us is that he doesn't care about the final objective of the season, because that will come in May. That will come in June. That will come in, whenever. Right now, we need to think about the match that we're going to play. And after that, the next match. Because it's too early to put balance on the entire situation. It's too early to go, okay, I'm winning tomorrow, so I am going in the Champions League. But if I don't win tomorrow, then bye-bye Champions League. No, these calculations are calculations we need to do at the end of the season. If we get in a Champions League, good, great, objective, done. It's absolutely insane. We're playing against Ronaldo and Messi next season. If we don't, then we'll play maybe in the Europa League, which is a step behind. But that still is an improvement from last year because we were in a Europa Conference League. So, obviously, if we don't play in any European league, which I hope not, then, hopefully not. But obviously, Europa League would be better than Europa Conference League. So right now, what's important is to focus on tomorrow. If tomorrow we lose, bye-bye, official. That's it. Bye-bye Champions League. But tomorrow, and this links back to the first paragraph Mourinho said, which is, we've got one objective. And this objective is to get the 3 points. Will it, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. But Mourinho has also said that their attack is great, their midfielder is great, but their defense is not that great. So exploiting the defense tomorrow is key. Now the last question, ladies and gentlemen, of this press conference is, are Atalanta a model to follow, and is Ibanez ready? Because unfortunately, when yesterday we were speaking about Smalling not being ready, Smalling is back with a bang, and he'll be playing tomorrow. Ibanez, unfortunately, Mourinho said, Ibanez is so-and-so. Ibanez is not really fit. Ibanez is another extremely important player. Because in compared to Smalling, who's the leader in the defense, Ibanez runs a lot. And with a club like Atalanta, which runs like mad, in fact, they're the only Premier League team in the Serie A, in a way, Ibanez was key. Unfortunately, we have to deal with so many injuries this season. Ibanez is most likely not going to play tomorrow. That means that Kumbula will start, or Cristante in defense, or both, as well as Mancini and Smalling, and things need to be changed. So another issue is this. Every single week, there's an injured. Mourinho needs to change stuff every single week. So important for the team to adapt even without Ibanez. But the fact Smalling is back is obviously a bonus. I'm a role model to follow. In my career, I have always coached great teams and I have spent a lot of money. Theirs is a different project, and for that I have both respect and admiration. I am sure that our direction is the right one. And once again, Mourinho doesn't want him and Roma to be compared to Atalanta because they're two different projects, as he said. Mourinho is a manager which asks for money, and he's admitted himself. Mourinho is a manager which, to win, needs good players, and to get those players, he needs money, and he's admitted this in this speech. Atalanta, on the other side, have even less money than Roma and need to adapt with cheap players. But what they've done with these cheap players, is absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. And, when Mourinho says admiration, it might suggest something in the transfer market-ish session, because it might change stuff. Yes, Mourinho has said, I am a manager which needs money because I need actual top quality players. But what Atalanta is doing is an admiration. So Fredkin and Thiago Pinto, look at me, because they're doing something interesting. Cup Miners was one of our players this summer, and then they stole it. And look at him now. He's the top player. Atalanta are a great team at spending, little amount of money to buy players, making these players Zeus, God, and bloody, I don't know. And then if they become great, they keep them, and some of them they sell. And in compared to how much they bought them, these new players are now worth so much money. And Mourinho is saying admiration because maybe he wants something similar to go on at Roma, because he understood that obviously the money is limited. So, something to look about. But yeah, lads and lasses, this was Mourinho's press conference reaction. Right, let's read some comments. 3:45 a.m. here in Australia. Wow, mate. Good night, I should say. Good morning, Simon. And Roma will not lose. Hopefully. Sup, Mescobar. Gasparini said Jose is a great coach. Team is talented, but they are in the beginning of their project. Exactly. Zaniolo has been fouled constantly and had multiple defenders against him. Refs are letting fouls happen without cards given out. Maybe we should try him as a number 9, says Mescobar. Interesting. And lately, we have seen him play as a more of attacking style next to Abraham, because both of them need assistance together, and both of them together play well, in my opinion. We haven't even finished first round of matches. Exactly. Napoli without their striker are going to lose more points. No. Ooh, interesting. Roma Jose says. Interesting. Right. Lads and lasses, I'll catch you tomorrow for a very, very, very important match. Because if we win, the entire table gets revolted in a way. But at the same time, let's not think about the table. Let's think about playing well tomorrow, grabbing something out of the match, and we'll see who Mourinho starts with. If you're new here, ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe. Bottom right hand corner. It takes 2 seconds. Look, you're probably watching this. You're not subscribed. 1, 2, and 3. There you go. It took 3 seconds. You're subscribed and you're a legend. Like this live stream as soon as it becomes a video. Comment down below your impressions of this press conference. Follow me up here on Instagram at @_The Simon Show. DM me. We'll talk about Roma. We'll talk about football in general. And subscribe to my second channel down below if you enjoy travel and just other stuff which is not football related. I'll catch you tomorrow. Set a reminder for tomorrow's live stream because it's going to be a good one and we need the support to carry the boys and win in Bergamo. Even if it's going to be extremely tough, we have the odds to try up the boys tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. Simon out.